fly ball, deep right field down the line. Walk it off, Leo Rivas. A walk-off 2-run home run. Goodbye, baseball.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast, and I'm your host, Anthony Castrovins. Today is Thursday, September 11th. It is the 24th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and we remember those we lost, as well as the bravery and unity displayed in this country on that fateful day. Let's aspire to be beacons of that unity today and every day. We're here to talk ball, and on Wednesday we had plenty more intriguing developments in the remaining playoff races. So let's get you caught up on everything you need to know about baseball today. The Texas Rangers have found the recipe to go on a late season surge, and it reads as follows. Have your second baseman fracture his foot on a foul ball, like what happened to Marcus Semien. Lose your workhorse starting pitcher with a sub-2 ERA to a rotator cuff strain, like what happened to Nathan Eovaldi. Lose your center fielder to a right wrist fracture on a hit by pitch, like what happened to Evan Carter. Lose your star shortstop to an appendectomy, like what happened to Corey Seager. Sprinkle in a right quad strain to your right fielder, just for good measure, like what happened to Adolis Garcia. All of these injuries, including a couple more I didn't even bother to mention, have happened just since the second half of August. It sounds like a recipe for disaster. Instead, it's been the recipe for the Rangers' best baseball of the season. They keep coming up with heroes, and on Wednesday night in the series finale against the first-place Brewers, the man of the hour was Jake Burger. Despite falling behind 2-0 early and facing Brewers ace Freddie Peralta, the Rangers got on the board in the second when Burger munched on a Peralta fastball.
He swings and hammers that one to center. Perkins can run all he wants. That one is gone! Maybe a late lunch for some folks. A smash burger makes it 2-1.
In the third, the Rangers manufactured a run to tie it, then took a lead on a balk that scored Josh Smith from third. And then, in the fifth, it was time for, why not, another burger.
The Burger smashes another one, deep out to center, and that one is gone! A 2-homer game for Jake Burger!
A double burger is death to your cholesterol count, but life for the Rangers in this one as they won 6-3 to become the first team to sweep the Brewers since opening weekend. The Rangers are incredibly a season-best 7 games over 500, while the Royals and Guardians are spending this week eating not burgers, but each other, with Kansas City using a 2-run seventh to win 4-3 on Wednesday night at Progressive Field. It's the Rangers really keeping the pressure on in the AL wildcard race. Late Wednesday night, the Mariners might have been feeling that pressure. They were tied 1-1 with the Cardinals late and couldn't get the winning run home despite loading the bases in the 8th and putting runners on the corners in the 10th. The two teams traded runs in the 11th, but the M's couldn't get the winning run home that inning either despite loading the bases again. Finally, in the lucky 13th, Seattle's Leo Rivas batted first with the auto runner aboard and needed just one pitch to put the game away.
Swing it away! Leo Rivas, what have you done? Wow! Wow! He walks it off in the 13th inning!
The Mariners won 4-2 to sweep St. Louis and maintain a 1.5 game lead on that torrid Texas team. Cleveland is 3.5 back, and the Royals are 4 back. It was only 2 weeks ago that we were talking about a race breaking out in the National League East. The Mets had just swept the Phillies out of Citi Field and were sitting only 4 games back. And with Philadelphia still reeling from the sudden loss of Zach Wheeler, it seemed that battle might go down to the wire. A mere 2 weeks later, it's over. This reality was hammered home Wednesday night when the Phillies pushed their NL East lead to the max, behind Max Kepler. Kepler's 8th inning homer capped his 3-hit, 5 RBI night as the Phillies extended their East lead to a season-best 10 games. Since getting swept in Queens, the Phillies have won 10 of 13. Since sweeping the Phillies in Queens, the Mets have dropped 9 of 13. Now the Mets find themselves in a race of a different sort, the race for the last NL wildcard spot. It got tighter Wednesday. Not long after the Mets fell, the Reds rose to the occasion at Petco Park. Trailing the Padres 1-0 in the 8th, Elly De La Cruz singled home the tying run, and then trade acquisition Miguel Andujar put Cincinnati on top. The Reds won 2-1 to pull within just 2 games of the Mets. But wait, there's more. A few clubs that were sellers at the trade deadline, the Giants, Diamondbacks, and Cardinals, are all still hanging around in that race too. On Wednesday, the D-backs finally cooled a Giants club that had won 13 of its previous 16 games, with Geraldo Perdomo hitting the first leadoff home run of his career and later adding an RBI single to back a strong outing from Eduardo Rodriguez in a 5-3 win. The net effect is that the Giants missed an opportunity to gain another game on the Mets, who they trail by 2 games. But the D-backs, who were presumed to be done at the deadline, pulled within 3.5 of New York. Meanwhile, that Mariners win over the Cardinals has St. Louis 4.5 back. As for the NL West race, with resurgent Mookie Betts driving in multiple runs for the 5th straight game and hitting a grand slam, the Dodgers pounded the Rockies 9-0, so their lead on the Padres is back to 3 games. Coming up, an Astros team that's been heading south got a big win up north. That's after the break. Even as the Mariners have been embroiled in that aforementioned race for the final AL wildcard spot, they still have a chance to win the AL West, thanks to a prolonged funk endured by the Houston Astros. Entering Wednesday, the Stros had dropped 7 of 10, scoring a total of 14 runs in those 7 losses. Their division lead on the M's was down to a single game. They had to put starter Luis Garcia on the IL on Wednesday after he left Tuesday's outing with elbow discomfort just 2 starts into his long-awaited return from Tommy John surgery. Meanwhile, the bullpen has really labored since closer Josh Hader hit the IL in early August. So the Astros were in dire need of a W in Toronto on Wednesday night. They had a 2-0 lead after Carlos Correa smacked a solo homer in the 6th before the bullpen blew that lead in the 8th. But the Blue Jays have had bullpen issues of their own. And in the 9th, when Astros catcher Yanier Diaz faced Blue Jays closer Jeff Hoffman, he quieted the Rogers Center.
That ball's drilled high and deep to left field. Yanier Diaz gives the Astros a 3-2 lead in the 9th.
Little Yiner bomb to finish things off.
The Diaz go-ahead sent the Astros to a much-needed 3-2 win as they maintain that 1-game lead on the Mariners. Elsewhere in MLB, if the Tigers had a dating profile, it would say they like romantic movies, long walks on the beach, and beating the Yankees by 10 runs. They did it Tuesday night in a 12-2 beatdown that included a 9-run 7th inning, and they did it Wednesday night in an 11-1 win in which Gleyber Torres taunted his former team with 3 RBIs. Meanwhile, the Red Sox lost in West Sacramento as the A's avoided a sweep thanks to Nick Kurtz and Shea Langoliers both reaching the 30-homer mark. So although the Blue Jays lost Wednesday, their AL East lead on both the Yankees and Red Sox remains 3 games. The Cubs pulled within 5.5 games of the Brewers in the NL Central with a 3-2 victory over the Braves to complete a series win. Paul Skenes continues to put the final stamps on his NL Cy Young bid. Skenes pitched 5 scoreless innings and fanned 8 batters to exceed the 200 strikeout plateau. His 203 Ks lead the National League. But as has been a recurring theme, Skenes, whose ERA is now a sparkling 1.92, didn't get much run support. He left with a 1-0 lead, but wound up with a no decision in the Pirates' 2-1 loss in 10 innings. Finally, the Cubs announced that 3-time All-Star Anthony Rizzo will officially retire as a member of the team on Saturday and join the Cubs as an ambassador. The 36-year-old Rizzo spent 10 of his 14 Major League seasons with Chicago, helping them to defeat the Indians and the curse of the Billy Goat in the 2016 World Series. Head to MLB.com for the rest of Wednesday's news and scores. That's all for today's show. Coming up today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, MLB Network will salute the role baseball played in the healing after 9/11 by re-airing its special titled Remembering the Game for New York, a discussion of the September 11th, 2001 game between the Mets and Braves at Shea Stadium that served as the first MLB game following the terrorist attacks. The network will also carry some afternoon baseball at 3 p.m. when the Astros and Blue Jays wrap up their series at the Rogers Center. Until then, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and have a great day, everyone.